One of the highlights of the night here at Albert Park is going to be the men's 1500 for all sorts of reasons, none the least of which is the fact that we have the world champion and the Olympic champion. Here's the start list for the men's 1500. It's going to be a beauty. Jordan Williams has been in great form. He's going to need to be against the Olympic silver medalist Nick Willis of New Zealand. Jeff Risley is a superstar at home, won this event last year unexpectedly. Ryan Gregson is just starting to find the form that we know he's capable of. And Asbel Kiprop is the world champion and the Olympic champion. Off they go. And in fact, the pacemaker now just starting to fly, and Kiprop, well, he actually missed the kick. Finished up about second last, and now he's had to skirt around the outside of the field and probably just stay out of trouble. So Rotich, the pacemaker, crosses the field. Kiprop settles in second. Risley settles in third. Gregson settles behind them. So it didn't take them long to sort themselves out into a position where they're going to be eyeballing each other.
Now, and the pace was on from the beginning. They had a mad scramble over the first 100. They ran about 13 seconds for that first 100 metres as they scrambled for position. Now they settled back into what you would describe as distance running Kenyan style, 41 seconds for the first 300 metres. So the pace is super quick at the moment. It's well under the 3:34. In fact, they're probably looking at spot on that 3:32 that the time has been set up, and they go through the first lap in about 55 seconds. So the pace is on.
Risley in third is trailed by Gregson at the moment. He's trailed by the American Torrance, and then Jordan Williams is sitting back in about sixth place. But the pace is a cracker, as you'd expect. Andrew Rotich out there to do the job. Kiprop looks very comfortable in second, sitting about 5 metres off him. Risley content to bide his time. He got lost in traffic in the 800 in Sydney. There shouldn't be any excuses for him tonight unless they decide to drop anchor at some stage, in which case then Gregson and perhaps Torrance and Williams might try and do something about it, but there's no sign of that happening yet.
No, you can just see they're getting buffeted around a little bit as they come into this straight, and it's a good position for Risley to be in. You don't want to be where Kiprop is, which is facing the breeze. Molars to the breeze, as they used to say. The leader's doing a good job, though, and the pace is still very solid.
Well, so much so that they've now put a gap on Jordan Williams, who's been running in some pretty good form, but he has dropped back into the bunch, and the bunch now numbers 5, and effectively it's 4, because Andrew Rotich, the pacemaker, is striving to get every last ounce out of himself. His job is done, and now we get down to business. It is Kiprop leading by a couple of metres, Risley looking comfortable, Gregson likewise, and Torrance is doing a good job to hang on. It's down to 4.
Yeah, well, single file, isn't it? And Kiprop's got the task of leading them around, but how majestic is he as a runner? You know, he just is smooth as silk. He's gliding along. He looks like he's got plenty up his sleeve. Compare him to Ryan Gregson, who's a real grinder. He's got the arms going sideways. Torrance is composed, and Risley's doing exactly what you'd want. You just stay in that position, wait until you get into the straight the final time, and then kick as hard as you can.
Well, I reckon that Kiprop has backed it off there a little bit in that lap, and now Risley has gone around him. Kiprop has somewhat surrendered here. In fact, he has surrendered. They've got past him very easily. Kiprop is going to have to dig and find something, and that doesn't look like it's likely to happen. So Risley leads from Gregson and Torrance down the back straight, and now moving up into 4th place is the Olympic silver medalist Nick Willis. As we said, he's been biding his time back in the pack.
Well, it's game on over the last 200 metres, and Rose not too far away as well. Torrance is a hard man to get past. He showed that in Sydney. He's not going to give up. Gregson's there as well, and Willis, does he have enough? It's a long way to come back. The race is on with 100 to go.
The big man Risley has it at the moment. Torrance, the immediate challenger. Gregson peels to the outside. He's got a kick. Gregson goes past Risley. Willis runs on at the end, but Gregson is going to sprint away, and he runs a brilliant tactical race, and Ryan Gregson comes away to win. Torrance second, Willis third, Risley weakened for 4th. Kiprop finished up 5th in 3:38.53. He made one run, and what a run it was.
It was a great race. It had the crowd on its feet. It was the classic championship style race once the pacemaker left, and we had the drama of Kiprop. He was the first man beaten. You picked that up brilliantly, Pete. He was gone as they left the straight the final time. And there's the style of Gregson. Look, he's no textbook technician. There's no doubt about that, but he's a grinder. And he dashed to the front, and it was a stylish win. There's a big question mark on the dance, which comes up in just a moment. Not sure about that. needs to do a bit more work on that.
Well, let's hear from the winner, the dancer himself. Ryan Gregson is with Tony Jones.
How were you feeling heading into it? Did you give yourself a huge chance?
No, I didn't really give myself much chance at all. I only decided to race a few days ago. You know, I tore my calf in training recently and didn't know if I'd come up with the fitness, but, you know, I was 100% out there today and it was a pretty strong field, so, yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
And there is the confirmation of the result for the men's 1500. 3:38.51 for Ryan Gregson. Well worth dancing about. Dave Torrance of the United States in 3:39.32. And the New Zealander, the Olympic silver medalist Nick Willis third in 3:39.77. Risley fourth. Kiprop fifth in the men's 1500 metres.